delve in. Delve in. Delve in. Right, I'll get that right eventually. Well, here we go, back again with another match day preview. And before we delve into the Accrington Stanley match, let's just chat about the game on Tuesday. I know we'll have to just a little bit of a chat about the Tuesday match. We'll round one or two things up. At the game, when you're at the game, you only see one side because sitting behind the goal, you don't see everything that goes on. I did miss one or two little points that happened in the game. Now, the Lee Johnson situation, I have now seen it a few times, and he did get hold of him by the throat, so you cannot do that, Lee Johnson. So yes, you did deserve a red card, so we get that one put in the back burner. Lee Johnson, he kind of allegedly got hold of his throat, didn't he? I mean, so if that's the case, if you got hold of somebody's throat, you do deserve to get a red card. Chris Maguire, should he have been sent off? Stills, and I've seen the replay, I think it was definitely a red card. Lucky boy to be on the pitch. And again, we talk about officials at this league. When are the AFL going to invest in getting better officials? Surely it can't be that difficult. Pay them a decent wage, get a younger crop coming through, and hopefully some better ones. I watched the game, or I saw some highlights of Crewe versus Charlton last night, and I seen the official on the touchline. He was quite a biggish bloke, and I thought to myself, surely we can get younger, fitter people to do this job. Nothing against that bloke, you know, at the end of the day, he's coming end of his career, but we should get some younger people in, hungry, who want to progress through the ranks and make it to the top of the game. Where are these people at? Probably because the money isn't there, but that's the AFL's problem, or whatever it's going to be, to get money into the game to get some better officials, because these officials are absolutely rotten. You know, he can send off Winchester, which was incidentally, yes, a red card, but he couldn't send off Chris Maguire when he went through the Winchester's leg, and he could have actually snapped his leg, couldn't he? But luckily for Winchester, it wasn't, and yeah, we weren't good enough. Now, one of the reasons we weren't good enough was because we watered this goddamn pitch. Now, I didn't even realise this until a couple of days after the game. Now, apparently, we waterlogged the pitch. I don't understand why you'd want to water the pitch in the winter in the first place, especially when it's getting really cold. I just don't get it, simply. So, I mean, Lee Johnson says the pitch was watered, but not what he wanted. So how did that happen? Head grounds and picks the phone up. Hi, Lee Johnson, or Christian Speakman, do you want to water the pitch tonight? No, it's fine. No, I don't want to water the pitch, that's okay. Put the phone down. He walks away. Oh, what did he say? Did he want to water the pitch? Or didn't he want to water the pitch? Shall I ring him back? Oh no, I better not ring him back twice. I'm sure he said water the pitch, and then he goes and waters the pitch. It's obviously a miscommunication somewhere down the line, and heads don't need to really roll, but we do need to, you know, make sure that doesn't happen again. So, you know, when someone says don't water the pitch, if he did say not water the pitch, we don't know. Lee Johnson might just be saying, I said don't water the pitch, when he might not say anything. We just don't know. But surely I've seen the pitch flooded. Why would you flood the pitch in the winter? I just don't get it. It's beggars belief. Absolutely crazy. But apart from that, the players didn't turn up, you know. There was nobody come away with any kind of credit. I know it was a bit harsh on Jack Diamond, and it was his birthday the day after, so I do wish him a happy birthday. But if the likes of the players that go on loan usually don't come back to the club, do they really, after a couple of seasons? He's been on loan twice now. So for me, I think this time next season, if Lee Johnson is still here, I cannot see the likes of Patterson being here, I can't see the likes of Jack Diamond being here, and also, you know, the other lad that came back, Hawk. So it's one of those things, isn't it? Unless they suddenly start playing really good football. So yes, that was one of the worst games I've seen this season. And Lincoln, to their credit, deserved the 3 points. They did deserve the 3 points. And well done, Lincoln City. Now we move on to Accrington Stanley. Yes, Accrington Stanley. The club was originally called Stanley Villa FC. Now, they named the club Stanley Villa FC because a lot of their players at the time lived in the Stanley Street in the town. But actually now, the club that it is now was formed that was formed in 1894. But the current club, was formed in 1968. And it's only 2 years older than me. Yes, 53 years old. Crowned Ground, or Wham. Yes, And, all the jokes about, wake me up before you go, and all that to do with one, but the capacity of 5,450 people can go in there and watch the match, but with 3,100 seats. Andy Holt is the owner of the club, a British businessman, made his fortune in plastics. Yes, plastics. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of money to be made in plastics. John Coleman is the manager and currently doing a good job with Accrington Stanley because they are one of the only teams, and not the only team in the league, that when they've taken the lead, they have not lost a game of football. So don't let a goal in first at the weekend, Sunderland. Now, I said John Coleman's got the team in 11th place. They've won 10, drawn 5, lost 10 with a -9 goal difference. They're going to be secure in League One this season for me. The last at the weekend, they drew against MK Dons at home. They drew away to Shrewsbury away. They beat Rotherham 1-0. Accrington Stanley at home beat Rotherham 1-0. So there, the proof is in the pudding. They are a decent side and not to be taken lightly. Now, they played the 3-4-2-1 system that had 15 shots on target, where Rotherham played the 3-1-4-2 system, who had 10 shots on target, roughly 50% possession each. So Stanley held their own, and we know how good Rotherham is this season. So that there, it's going to be a difficult game. Now, they went on and beat Bolton the game before that at home. But the last time they lost a game of football was back in December the 7th against Wimbledon. They beat Fleetwood 5-1 the game before that, and they beat Lincoln City 1-0. So they've beaten two teams that's beaten Sunderland. And it's a big merry-go-round. Like I said before, they've not lost the game of football, hence when they've taken the lead. Now, Colby Bishop is a danger man for them. 25-year-old, 5'11" striker, was snapped up by Accrington Stanley from Leamington Spa. Is it Leamington Spa? Leamington? They scored 28 goals in 49 games for them. And since he's come to Stanley, he's played 84 games and scored 24 goals. So he's a danger man. The whole team is dangerous. Now, the team that Sunderland will have to put out against Accrington Stanley, because it's going to be a very, very difficult one. Now, I do wish Accrington Stanley all the best for the rest of the season. Hopefully there's going to be some good officials in charge of these matches, in charge of this game, who can, proper conduct in the game and hopefully run the game and lead the game by example and do really well. And may the best team win on Saturday. I will be doing a live stream on Saturday, so please join in. And if you're out there watching this for the first time and you've made it up to 7 minutes and 45 seconds, please subscribe to the channel. It'll be much appreciated, and give us a thumbs up. Now the team. I've got no confidence after that Tuesday's result. I've got no confidence at all. I don't know who's coming back. I wouldn't have thought any of the COVID cases who were out on Saturday will be back the Saturday after, because normally it's 10 days, isn't it? 7 to 10 days isolation. So Patterson in goal. Now I've got a sneaking feeling Bailey Wright will come back in defence, get over his injury. I hope he does, touch wood, or is it wishful thinking? Bailey Wright, Flanagan and Jordan. Now we know them three centre-backs are good. They're nailed on. If Wright's fit, that's the back four. It's nailed on for me. Now, Evans. If Evans has completely recovered from his concussion, he's had a bit of a rest now, hopefully. He's fit enough. He played well enough last week. It all depends how his concussion is. He must be able to come back. Otherwise, we'll probably call this game off, because Winchester's going to be out now for a couple of games. I'm not sure if it's 1 game or 3 games. Is it a straight red 3 games? So Evans and Neil in midfield. Now, Pritchard is a shoe-in, Stewart's a shoe-in, and Embledon has to be on the pitch somewhere for me. Gooch. Let's talk about Gooch. Gooch is not a right back. I do not want to ever see Gooch at right back again. What is the point in buying a right back and not to play him? So try Hume. Where is he? Does he have COVID? Is he injured? Is he not fit? What is the point in buying him if you're not going to play him? Because Gooch was terrible. He was terrible at right back. He's not a right back, so I'm not going to throw the kitchen sink at him, apart from I probably couldn't hold it anyway, because it's not actually the kitchen sink. Actually, I bought a kitchen sink from my kitchen downstairs the other week, and it isn't that heavy, so I could probably throw the kitchen sink at him, but I would never do that to another fella human being. So Gooch, yes. Right back, no. Left-hand side in the midfield, possibly left wing back, possibly... but then you've got Serkin. Serkin's been doing all right. So how do you fit them in? It means you've got to put Gooch on this side, and Gooch isn't as good on the right as the left. But Serkin hasn't done anything wrong, has he? So why would I drop Serkin? But I can't fit them all in. We've got to try and get 3 points against this team at Accrington Stanley. So Pritchard's definitely playing, Stewart's definitely playing, Embleton's playing now. If Gooch, you know, it's a funny old scenario. Do you go 3-4-3 and have Pritchard, Embleton and Stewart up the front? Or do you have Pritchard, O'Brien and Stewart? Or does O'Brien not even come onto the team at all? So, like I said, I just don't. It's a conundrum. It's a difficult one. It's a head buster, and I don't know who's fit to come back in. So, the only three that for me, Patterson will have to start. Hopefully, them three will be starting. Hopefully, those two are in midfield. Pritchard, Embleton, Stewart, and the rest is up for grabs. You know, so I haven't got a total team that I would like. Gooch again, but then I like Serkin as well, so it's like I just don't know, you know. Anyway, I'm moving away from the Sunderland match just for a little bit. Apparently, there's been a poll out there of 110,000 people who probably have never visited Sunderland in their entire life. But this poll, they've rated Sunderland in the top 50 worst places to live. They're in 36th place. 36th place. Now, who is this 110,000 people who have, you know, are they all League One fans? Some other clubs? I don't know. But I'm sure none of these live in Sunderland, because Sunderland cannot be the 36th worst place to live in England, surely. I know one or two places just in the northeast that's probably worse than Sunderland. So 36th? Bit harsh. You tell me what you think. Is it the 36th or is it just bullshit? Some Tory shite that's going on. Back again, I just don't get it. And Jermain Defoe has been released by Rangers. Jermain Defoe was at the club 2015 to 2017. Played 93 games and scored 37 goals. I do not know anybody out there. If somebody out there does not want Jermain Defoe to come back, to drop down from Rangers to League One, let me know out there, because I don't know. I just think he's absolute. For me, I would love to see him here. I would be the first person I'd want to go out and sign. I'd be out there now on his doorstep if I was the manager or the owner, and knocking on his door and asking and begging him to come to Sunderland. I think Jermain Defoe would be fantastic. Imagine him with all the youngsters in the side, the spirit lifting, the confidence, the experience, the knowledge. Lift the whole stadium. And not just that, he's a class actor. He might be 39-year-old, but he is youthful for his years, and he will be absolutely fantastic at Sunderland. But he may like London, and the rumour is he might want to go to Charlton, or Charlton may be interested in Jermain Defoe. Score predictions. Well, after the last two games, I don't feel very confident at all. We're going to have to score first, or as the stats there to be broken. Actually, sod it. I'm going to go Accrington Stanley 1, Sunderland 3. Accrington Stanley to score first and Sunderland to score 3 in the second half. There you go. Should we say, records are there to be broken, and hopefully we will break this one. I'm going to go for a 3-1 away win. We're going to have, I don't even know who Wigan and Rotherham play at the weekend, even if they've got games. I don't even, is Wigan packed their season in? Are Wigan not going to play any more games in the league anymore now? They just decided we're not playing no more now. Down tools? Have they got a game this weekend? Someone tell me who's Wigan's playing, who's Rotherham playing, and leave your score predictions down below for 10 points. Nobody got 3-1 for Lincoln on Tuesday, and if you did, you must have been a Lincoln fan, and let me know, and I'll apologise. Right, thanks for watching the video. Please take care. God bless me. God go with you. And again, I was a bit depressed on Tuesday night, so if I was a bit down, I do apologise. And again, like I say, Jack Diamond, I do wish him all the best for the future. It wasn't just him, the rest of the team are useless as well. They all were useless. Hopefully, they've all getting over the uselessness and playing better on Saturday. Right, we'll see you later. Take care. Remember the live stream. Don't forget the live stream. Join in for the live stream. I love doing commentaries, even though I'm shite.